It's getting to be the end of the secular year. Well, the year we live in most of the time, but this is a year of living in Jewish time as far as our covenant learning goes here at Larchmont Temple. And so you always live in two time zones at the same time. This week's Torah portion is Vayechi. So as we're approaching the end of the year, we're dealing with the portion entitled "And Jacob Lived," which actually is all about Jacob's death. The big dramatic moment, it's a deathbed scene. Jacob is gathered all around with his children, his sons actually. We wonder where Dinah, the daughter, is. That's another midrash for another time. But the sons are all around, and Jacob says, "Let me tell you what's going to happen in the end of days," as if he's going to reveal the secret to redemption. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't. He doesn't tell them what's going to happen in the future. In fact, he blesses them by giving them critiques of their past. "You've been a no good for nothing stunk." You know, those kind of things. Or, "You remember that one time when you got a flat tire?" And you know. So Jacob reminds them of their failings, of it. Some of them he blesses with uplifting compliment. But for the most part, the end of days is not revealed. So what does he really leave them with? He leaves them with the legacy of his living and of his teaching them through his life what it means to be alive and to embrace every day. And so I'm sitting here in my study with pictures all around. This is a picture very dear to me. This picture is from my 18th celebration of 18 years here at LT with Susan and looking into my face and probably saying something like, "You gotta call me here before you talk. You gotta look nice." But it's one of those pictures where I look at it and I can feel the moment. It's going to be 4 years that Susan passed away in January, just in a couple weeks. And so we approach the end of the year every year as Christmas sort of starts to come with a little bit of fullness and brokenness of heart. But the truth is, what I feel is Susan not really gathering around her bed, though she loved her bed, more like gathering around her dining room table or the kitchen, and telling us not what happens at the end of days, but what we have to do today. Because she was a no-holds-barred, take care of business kind of person. And what she's telling us is how we need to live in this world today. So as you approach the end of the year, and you hear all those predictions and people make resolutions and we look to the coming year, worry about today. What can you do today to make the world a little more sane? God knows we need that. And a little more sacred by extending your heart, by extending your hand, by being a little more of a mensch. And by sharing the blessing that you know will last for hopefully at least one more day. Share the love that's in your heart with somebody who really needs it, whether you know them or not. We wish you a Shabbat Shalom. You can come by here. There's lots going on here at Larchmont Temple. Take a look at the website and all that stuff. Realize that even though it's cold, it's warm in here. We send you sweetness.